Auteur is a word that carries a lot of weight in artistic circles. Webster Merriam Dictionary defines the term as an artist whose style and practice is distinctive. But when I say the word auteur, what comes to mind? Likely for most people, they would think about film directors, like Stanley Kubrick or Quentin Tarantino. But the medium of video games is often overlooked when it comes to auteur directors. And today, I'm going to cover one of those few auteur directors in the medium of games. The stylish, the over-the-top, and outright absurd punk rock game director, Suda51. This is Goichi Suda, but often more called by the moniker Suda51, the 51 coming from translating his first name Goichi into English. His introduction to the game industry started in his mid-20s. He was working full-time at a funeral home when he picked up a part-time job as a playtester for Sega, working on the game Virtua Racing. While working as a playtester, he was asked to design the game as he played, this being Suda's first taste at game development experience. Suda was surprised with the type of people that were making the games.
When I went into the development offices, there was all these people sitting at desks, playing games, listening to music on earphones, and they were all really young. They were around my age. And I'm looking at the different CDs they're listening to, and they're listening to the same music that I like. And it really kind of blew me away because up until that point, I had this image of all the people who were making games were sort of these like scientist or professor-looking people with white smocks and basically a sort of cartoon mad scientist vibe.
When development ended on the game, he went back to his day job, until his wife pushed him to start a career in the gaming industry where he was really happy. So Suda applied at every major game developer in Japan, getting turned down at every single one until reaching Human Entertainment. Human Entertainment had recently lost the director on their flagship Fire Pro Wrestling franchise, and not a single person within the company wanted to take the helm of this wrestling game franchise, until Goichi Suda came knocking on their door. Suda, being a big fan of wrestling, and had been turned away from every other company in the country, gladly took the position of director for Fire Pro Wrestling 3. While the game got mixed reviews due to its controversial ending, Suda did direct the follow-up, Fire Pro Special, and the Syndrome visual novel franchise, until his departure from the company in 1998. When Suda left Human Entertainment, he took his team with him to start a new studio in Tokyo called Grasshopper Manufacture, which he's still running to this day. The studio's first game was Silver Case, a stylish neo-noir visual novel. The studio was a sort of gun-for-hire studio for many years, working on a lot of smaller licensed games, like the Samurai Champloo and Blood Plus video game tie-ins. That all changed when a chance meeting between Shinji Mikami from Capcom contracted Grasshopper to create a title for their now ill-fated Capcom 5 promotion, which were 5 games to help boost the profile of the Nintendo GameCube as a console for hardcore gamers. That game being Killer 7, which was directed by Suda51 and Shinji Mikami.
三上さんプロデューサーで僕ディレクターだったんですけども、雑談の中ですよ、本当に。雑談から生まれて、なんか多重人格じゃなくて多層人格とかってどうですかね。ああ、それいいんじゃないですかみたいな。で、なんか全員殺し屋で、7人ぐらいいてみたいな。ああ、キラーセブンとかいいっすねみたいな。三上さんと2人で本当にブレストみたいな形でこうして話をしていく中でキラーセブンのなんか骨格が
The game's vibrant art style and insane story captivated many who played it, creating a ravenous cult following which is still strong to this day. Suda's next major follow-up came 2 years later, on the Nintendo Wii, that game being No More Heroes. No More Heroes feeling like the polar opposite of what normally hit Nintendo's family-friendly console. The game was filled with violence, blood, and sexual themes, and often drew comparisons to the work of Quentin Tarantino, due to the over-the-top violence, and references to works that the director loves. And after No More Heroes, Suda took more of a backseat in game development, often just producing or doing additional writing on projects, like Lollipop Chainsaw that was directed by another member of Grasshopper's staff, written by James Gunn, and produced by Suda. Suda wouldn't return to the director's chair until 2018 with the title No More Heroes Travis Strikes Again, then the follow-up No More Heroes 3 in 2020. No More Heroes 3 feeling more like a multimedia art project than your typical video game. The game flipping genre throughout, from hack and slash to first-person horror game to visual novels to musical chairs. and the art style jumping from Ghibli-esque cutscenes to far more abstract and absurd looks. The future for Grasshopper and Suda seems bright, with Grasshopper getting a new office building in 2021, and Suda has been open about meetings with Marvel, even though no details of those meetings were ever given. And there is one announced project coming from Grasshopper, a horror game by the name of Hotel Barcelona, which is a co-production with another auteur game director, Swery65, though Suda has been open about the production being slowed down due to the COVID-19 pandemic. I don't see Suda's near 3-decade-long career slowing down anytime soon.